Hi, Gena. Thanks for coming in today. I'm Terry Rice, and you must be Gena's family. Great. How are you?
I'm okay. Just a little nervous.
Please don't be nervous. I know this has been a very difficult time for you, but I'm here to help, and I hope to answer all of your questions and concerns. That goes for all of you. Okay, so Gena, why don't you give me a quick who's who, and then we'll get started.
Okay, well, this is my husband, Isaac, and my daughter, Elizabeth, my son, Eric, and this is my mom, Sarah. My other daughter, Ariel, is out of town at a volleyball clinic and couldn't be here today.
Okay. So everybody, this is how this is going to work. I'm going to collect some information, first from Gena, and then from each of you about you and your family members, in order to get a full picture of your family structure. Then, based on the information that I gather, you'll have the opportunity to make some decisions about pursuing further genetic testing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So after I've collected all the information that I need, I'll be able to address all of your questions. I'd like to start with Gena, so if you'd all just go to the waiting room, I will let you know when you can come in.
Okay.
So how are you feeling after your surgery and treatments?
I feel great. I'm just hoping we can, once we get through this process, we can move on and get back to our lives.
Great. I'm glad you're feeling so positive. Well, I just have some very straightforward questions about your health and family. All right. I would like to start with your mother's side of the family. So what can you tell me about your maternal grandparents?
My maternal grandparents, are Edith and Carl Donazik. That's spelled D-O-N-A-C-Z-Y-K. My grandfather was a doctor, and he was stationed in France during World War II. My grandmother was a stay-at-home mom, but I don't know much about her because she died when I was still very young.
Do you know what she died of?
You know, I don't. You'd have to ask my mother when she comes in here to talk to you.
And what about your grandfather, Carl?
I always remember him as being in very good health. He died in his sleep in his early 80s, 81, I think.
Okay. And what about your grandparents on your father's side?
I didn't really see very much of them as a child. I know my Grammy Becky, Rebecca Shalov, died of breast cancer when she was 72. Eric Shalov, my grandfather, died 10 years after that. But I really am not sure what he died of.
And I see that you are 45 years old and you have 2 siblings. Is that correct?
My older brother, Ralph, is 3 years older than me.
And where does Ralph live?
He lives in the British Virgin Islands. He's an accountant, but we really don't talk much because he never accepted Isaac, my husband, because Isaac isn't Jewish.
I see. I'm sorry. Well, don't worry. I just have some very general questions about his health. Is he married? Does he have kids? Do you know if he's in good health?
He's divorced. He has 3 kids. His wife left him a couple years ago, but as far as I know, he's in very good health. I can double check with my sister Jenny. You don't think Jenny will get breast cancer, do you? I mean, breast cancer is genetic, isn't it?
Well, we're meeting to determine as many of those details as we can. I'll be sure to follow up with all of you so Jenny has all the information that she needs to make a decision about her health.
Okay.
So for now, just tell me a little bit more about Jenny.
Well, Jenny's my older sister. She's 46, but she's really the wild child of the family. She works as a teacher, and she lives in Boulder, Colorado with her husband, Tom.
Great. And what about Jenny's health? And does she have any children?
She's the fittest of all of us. I mean, she exercises all the time. She's a vegetarian. She never had any children.
Great. I think that's everything that I need from you, so I'd like to speak with your mother, Sarah. Is that correct?
That's right, Sarah Shalov. So we're set?
Yes, we're all set for now, Gena.
Well, thank you so much.
Hi again, Terry. I'm Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for coming, and thank you, Mrs. Shalov.
Please, doctor, call me Sarah.
Oh, well, thank you for the compliment, Sarah, but I'm not a doctor. I'm a genetic counselor. So, Sarah, Gena gave me some information about your parents, but she didn't have all the specifics. I understand that your mother was 58 when she died. Do you know how she died?
You know, I've been thinking about that ever since Gena got sick. I had ovarian cancer back when I was 39. There wasn't the treatment back then that there is now. But I was lucky. I lived near a very good hospital. I was diagnosed early, and I had all my ovaries and my uterus taken out, and I haven't had any problems since. But you asked about Mother. I was in my late teens when she became ill, and in those days people were not as open as they are now. I don't believe that my father would have been able to say the word breast out loud to me, even if that was what was wrong with her. And anyway, I was away in Korea. I played saxophone in the USO band. We were entertaining the troops, and I didn't get a chance to get back home to see her before she died. I was guilty about that for many years. However, I did want to tell you about her sister, my Aunt Hilda. She did die of breast cancer. She was only 52. She was a pistol. She was one of the first women to go to the university to study the sciences. She was a biochemical engineer. Anyway, my cousin Amy told me she did have a mastectomy, but it didn't help because the cancer had already spread.
Well, that is important information, Sarah. Thank you. You have a better memory than most people. Do you mind my asking how old you are?
Oh, no, dear. I'm 70, and I've never felt better. Other than that scare from the cancer, I've been very healthy all my life.
Grandma never gets sick.
Well, that's very good news. And Sarah, are you married?
Oh, yes. You believe my husband, Mark, is still alive? Here he is. He's been a science teacher for 37 years. He just got retired, but he won't stop working. He just keeps volunteering at the local high school, helping out. He's helping out a new teacher today, and he's just so upset that he can't be here because, you know, we all want to be supporting Gena.
And what can you tell me about your husband's health?
My sweet husband, Mark, after so many years of...
Gramps was diagnosed with prostate cancer 2 weeks ago, but we haven't told my mom yet because we just didn't want to give her anything else to worry about when she's still recovering from surgery.
No problem. I won't bring it up, but that is important information for me to know, so thank you. And do you know your husband's siblings, what their health situation is?
Mark had, he had 4 sisters. The first one died just after she was born of a heart defect, after only a week, I'm told. The next one, Ellen, was killed in an auto accident when she was a teenager. And Esther, she moved to Jerusalem and died last year in a terrorist bomb incident. It was terrible. It was to the coffee place in Jerusalem. It was on CNN and everything. And her younger sister, Ruth, is married and lives in California.
Okay, great. Thank you for all that information. Okay, Elizabeth. So how far along are you?
I'm at 32 weeks. It's starting to get a bit uncomfortable, but I'd like to make it to 40 weeks.
It'll be here before you know it.
We just found out I'm having a girl, and my husband Dean and I are so excited.
And you were the oldest of Gena's 3 kids, is that correct?
Yes, I'm 22, my brother Eric is 16, and my sister Ariel is 14.
Great. And how is your health?
Well, I had a lot of ear infections as a child, and so I have a little hearing loss in my left ear as a result. But other than that, I've been generally healthy for my whole life. But now I'm worried that I may get breast cancer and pass it on to my daughter, so I think if I can afford it, I'd like to have some genetic tests done.
Good. Well, we can discuss that more later on.
I really need to use the ladies' room. Do you want me back here, or should I sit in the waiting room?
You know, I think that I'm ready actually to meet with the entire family, so why don't you meet us back here whenever you're ready?
All right.
I just need to tell you something while we're alone. I wanted to let you know that Isaac is not my real dad. I have a different father than my sister and brother, but my mother has never told me who it is. I don't know if it matters or not, but I would prefer if you didn't bring it up in front of the whole family because I don't want to embarrass my mom.
Do you think that she would give me the information if I spoke to her in private?
I'm not sure, but I guess you could ask her. Just don't do it in front of the whole family.
Okay. Thank you for your candidness. Okay, so Isaac, I think I have everyone's information except for yours. So just really quickly, will you tell me your age, occupation, and anything you think I might need to know about your health?
Sure, I'm 45 years old.
Well, you're almost 46, Dad.
Yes, almost 46, thanks, Eric. I am an aquarium consultant. I work with zoos and aquariums, setting up exhibits and helping them maintain proper care of the mammals.
Dad's a fish geek.
How can you call anyone a geek when you showed up today wearing that outfit?
Mom, can you tell her she's not allowed to make fun of me for being colorblind? That's like making fun of someone's disability. You could get sued for that.
All right, enough. I'm pretty healthy. You know, I ride my bike to work most mornings, and I try to eat healthy. I take medication for eczema. I've always had difficult skin, but other than that, I'm doing okay.
Great. All right. Thank you, Isaac. So I think that is all the questions that I have for you. So what questions do you have for me?
So, when do you tell us what genetic illnesses we have?
Actually, Eric, I don't do that. I look at your family information for patterns of things that run in your family. Then I help your family decide what tests they might want to take, what information those tests might give them, and then how to use that information to better manage their health.
So if Mom got breast cancer from her genes, then me or my baby might get it too.
Well, I won't get it, though.
Well, actually, Eric, men can develop breast cancer in some cases, but as you've seen with your mom, there's every reason to be positive because modern medicine is very good at catching possible health problems and treating them, especially when you know what you might be at risk for.
So once we get the tests done, if we decide to take them, you'll let us know what other medical procedures we need to have done?
Well, if there are some positive genetic indicators, then you'll be advised by a doctor on what preventive measures to take. But I will still be here to talk to you and help with any questions that may arise. Okay? Great. Thank you all so much for coming in. And I'll be in touch next week with my results.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.